case update. But before we go into that, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Also, this information, what I'm releasing here, may need to get out to more people. So definitely share this episode and talk about it, because we've got a case that has now been upgraded to homicide. So again, this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you've come back, welcome back. Thank you again for the support. So I spoke last week about human remains being found in the trunk of a vehicle at a salvage yard in Lexington, North Carolina. At that time, very little information was being released. They didn't say if it was male or female, how it had happened, nothing. They weren't saying anything. Well, now today they have released a name and where the car came from. So the person that was found in the trunk of the car was one Lee Anthony Funderburg, and he's from Charlotte, North Carolina. The vehicle that he was found in, the vehicle in the trunk of the vehicle where he was found, was registered to his mother, Maddie Mae Funderburg. And the car had been transported from Charlotte to Lexington, North Carolina to be destroyed. So this case has gone back to Charlotte. Hello, Kit Kat. This case has gone back to Charlotte because that is where the police investigators believe where he was unalived, was in Charlotte. And per the Office of the Medical Examiner, this man is a victim of homicide. Talking about the human remains that were found in the trunk of a car in Lexington, North Carolina at a salvage yard. So last week, like I said, we didn't have a name. Now we have a name. Like I said, his name is Lee Anthony Funderburg. Now, you know me, I like to find out why people go missing and a little bit more about their background, and maybe could that portray, put a role into why they're missing. Sorry, my computer is having a complete field day here. Get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure it is. But so here's what's going on. Lee Anthony Funderburg has got a huge record, going way back to he was 18. So he's got a history of threats, terroristic threats, assault, driving, speeding, stealing, more threats, interfering with electronic monitoring devices, basically an ankle monitor, all these things. So, and I mean, he's got some assault on women. And for the fact that he was found in the trunk of his car, or trunk of a car, sounds personal to me. Sounds like that's somebody who just like, dude, you put your hands on the wrong person, so I'm going to put hands on you kind of situation. And I think that's kind of how he ended up there. But that's just my opinion, But I was looking into what he was into in 2016, prior to him missing. And the only thing that came up, he had a charge of larceny in February of 2016 in Mecklenburg. So, and he also had a charge of driving without a license. Nothing that I would think that would prompt somebody to be unalived, but it is what it is. He, like I said, the family hadn't seen him since March of 2016, and they reported him missing. Hello. And they reported him missing May 31st, 2016. So for 9 years, the police have been trying to figure out what happened to this guy. I mean, I don't know if they really were trying, because you know my opinion on cops. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But now they've got 9 years of. They have to go back 9 years. They have to go back in time and figure out what happened and where this all went wrong, because he's been in that car for probably the last 9 years. How much now? I'm not sure, but yeah, 9 years. And the car belonged to his mother. So, like I said, it just all sounds so very personal to me. Like there's just something else going on here. And like I said, based on his personality, I'm sure he probably had a few enemies. So that is what we're dealing with here. But there was enough damage to the bones that they were able to ascertain that his manner of death was homicide. So this has been upgraded to homicide. But other than that, that's all I have on that case. So I'm going to be, keeping an eye on it, looking at it. But I don't know if somebody wanted this guy gone. The cops didn't try too hard to find him. They really didn't. It just seemed like happenstance. Like, oh, here's a car. Oh my God, there's a body in the car. Looks like they got the biggest lead they ever needed, just on pure accident. But That's all I can say on that. But I'm gonna hop off here because I'm at lunch right now. And you all have a wonderful day. And again, thank you so much for hopping on here and joining me. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and share this video because again, now we've got a guy with a name that's been missing. Get this out there. Maybe somebody knows something and can get it to um, the police, to Charlotte police. So, but thanks again, everyone. Be weird, be rude, be safe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.